So we didn't discuss about the master data, right, as of now? Or did we had a discussion about that?
We discussed in general, not
Material master
consider.
data, vendor master data.
Okay. Okay. So we have the material master record. Okay. And we also called as article master and product master record. It depends on the industry. We have industry specific related also it is there. So a few companies they are calling as article master, a few industries they are calling as a product master, and a few industries they are calling as a material master record. And the vendor master record and supplier master record both is same. Okay. So then we have the purchasing info record. Okay, we have the source list. Okay, we have that condition records. Okay, we have the quota arrangement. Okay, and so these are the major info records, and one more we have the service master record. Okay, so I hope we discuss the service master record, which is AC01, if you remember that. So we
Yeah,
have services and we created. Okay, and even we discussed about the condition records also, MEK1, if you remember that.
yeah,
Right? So we maintained the time dependent condition type, time independent, so time dependent and time independent. So you are aware about that, right? What is the time dependent? What is the time independent? What is the difference? Both time dependence
yeah,
are the which is the it is valid between the from period to two period. So there was a validity period for the condition records that we are maintaining for a time dependent. Time independent, sir, we are manually maintaining at the time of PO creation. So no need to be maintain any condition record. It is not validated. There is no validity. So every time you need to be enter manually for the uh, for time independent condition type. So what are the example? If you want to take the example, PB00 is the time dependent condition type, and PB XX is the time independent condition type. Okay, so that's why PB00, how we know that we are maintaining access sequence in the condition type. So based on that, we can consider as this is a time dependent or time independent. Okay, so that we will discuss when we are discussing about the pricing procedure. Okay, so now let's go to the metal master record. So one of the important factor is metal master record in the master records from the MM point of view. So what are the it is necessary? So if you want to be create a metal master record, what are it is required? The first point is the key point is material type. Okay, so same attributes of the same attributes of the materials we will be considering as one material type that like raw materials, packing material, finished goods, semi-finished goods, perishables, okay, spare parts, service materials. So like we are dividing those, we have standard as well. Some of the material types. So still, if you want to be create your own material type, you can create. So ROH, FERT, HALB, okay, and okay. So what is the ROH? It is raw material. The FERT is the finished goods. Okay. Then HALB is the semi-finished goods. Okay. Like ERSA is the spare parts. So like we have so many material types are there in the standard. Okay. So when it is creating the metal master record, this material type will be definitely playing the crucial role because based on this material type only, it is completely most of the things which is controlled in the metal master record. So the important interview point of question is how the material type is controlling the material master. That is the important question. How the material type controls the material master. Okay. So when we having these questions, so what is the first factor is that is like number range. Okay. So based on the material type, okay, I can define that my number ranges whether it is the external number range or internal number range. Okay. What is the meaning of the internal and external number range?
Internal is system generated. So external is you have to enter it manually.
Yeah, correct. So the number range, which is like whether we need to be entered manually or it may be the system which is proposing based on our configuration, the number series based on that, the system will be proposing the number range. So that is the internal and external number range. Then the second one is, okay, after this one, we also can define that the number series, okay. So whether I can go with the numeric and alphanumeric, alphabetic, start also it is possible, okay. Clear? So the number series also we can define. So can be defined how you need to be designed that you can define the number assignment. Okay, so that means if it is, you want to start with 4 series for the raw materials, 5 series for FERT, 6 series for HALB or some alphabetic or numeric, that number series also we can define. Okay, so coming to third point, which is like internal or external procurement. So what is the internal and external procurement? Okay, if the material is the material type is the only it is allowing to do the production, that is the in-house production. Okay, if it is allowing to do only procurement, purchasing and all, that is the external procurement. So whether the material, whatever the material which is created with the using this material type, okay, whether we can justify that whether this material I can use for the in-house production or I can use for external procurement or for both. Okay, so that is called procurement type. Okay, so procurement type, whether it is external procurement type or internal in-house production type, based on this procurement type, it is controlling based on the material type. Okay, so what is the example here? If you see that raw material, okay, raw material can be used only for the procurement, external procurement. So it is not we are not producing that. Okay, so when it is like external procurement, if it is like FERT, okay, this we are not buying from outside, we are always doing the in-house production. Okay, so this is also very important. Why it is very important? Because when MRP is generating, material requirement planning, when it is generating, the system, what it will do, the system, it will be checking my procurement type of the material, and it will be creating that whether it should be create the plan order or it should be create the purchase requisition. So if it is external procurement material, then it will be create the purchase requisition. If it is in-house production material, then it will be create the plan order. So all it will be controlled based on the procurement type, right? So that is also one, it is important. Okay. Now the next one is field selection control. Okay. So as we said that, okay, the fields is very important when there is a different material types. Like example, if you have FERT is there, finished goods product. So it is mostly we are using for the sales. So when I'm using the sales, okay, I need the net and gross grass fed. Okay, it is very important for me. Weight unit and grass fed and net weight is very important when I'm just buying the when I'm selling the product to the customer. So this information is mandatory. So what I can do, I can this material type when I'm using, I can just put it like these are the mandatory fields. So in the field selection control, what will be there? It is like the field can be mandatory or optional or hide. Okay, okay, that we can do it. Okay, if it is mandatory without entering this information, the system will not accept to create the material master record. Okay, clear? So that is the one field selection control. Other than this one, okay, we have also, it is controlling the user departments. So user departments is nothing but like a, okay, if I'm using FERT, I don't need to be extend to the purchasing views. So there is no use of trees. If I'm extending the purchasing unnecessarily, they are using this material for the procurement. So we are not doing any procurement for this material. Why unnecessarily you are creating the purchasing? We should be restrict this procurement for this finished goods product. So in that case, what I can do, I can restrict that. Okay, only by using these materials, by using this material type, whatever the materials which is created, those are the not allowed to create the purchasing data. Only it will be allowed the sales data and other data which is required. So which department, which user department or which views which is required, that also can be controlled. That also can be controlled. Okay. Clear? Now, other than this one, we also can see that price control. Okay, whether a price control should be yes or V. So the significance of the price control is very high in the MetalMaster, because we already discussed this point. Why? What is the difference between standard and moving average price? So when I'm just using the standard price, okay, the system always considering that when the stock is coming or going out or whenever it is there, always it is considering that the price standard cost from the MetalMaster record. If it is, I'm just considering that moving average price, what system will do? Whenever there is a stock movement happen, it will be averagely which is happening based on the price of the total value of the total stock. So which material type I should be used the price control as, and which material type I should be used of moving average price, that is also very important. Okay, so for FERT we are generally using that standard, yes, because this is the only in-house production and sales to the customers. We know that it's my own product. I know that my product, and if I just go to a raw material, I can use a V. Okay, moving average, because we are buying this product from the different vendors. We don't know exactly the fixed price from the each and every vendor. Okay, maybe so it will be every time it will be different. Okay, it's not a standard cost. So obviously I can use like a moving average plus V. So that is the suggestion. Okay, so that controls can be done based on the material type. Okay, and other than this one, okay, if other than this one, if you consider that, we also can be controlled valuation class as well. Okay. So what is the valuation class? If you see that the account category reference which is assigned at the material type level. Okay, if you remember that automatic account determination, when we're discussing about that, we account category reference we discussed, right? That account category reference which is assigned to the material type, right? Okay, so material type have the valuation class. So here which valuation class should be triggered, that also based on the material type and the account category reference. Based on that, we can restrict that. Okay, other than this one, quantity update and value update. Quantity update and value update. Okay, so quantity update and value update, if you remember that we discussed this automatic account determination, how the quantity update and value update which is restricted at the posting level, right? So this is also will be allowing at a plant level that valuation area and the material type. These two combination level which will be controlling the quantity update and value update. So the material type which is controlling the quantity update and value update for the plant, right? So what is the use of this quantity update, value update? Whether the stock should be updated in the location level or value should be updated when we are receiving the stock or when we are issuing the stock. That is the non-valuated material. That is the depends on the quantity and value updated. Okay. So majorly these are the controls when we're discussing about the material master record. The material types which is controlling, these are the parameters. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so this I already shown to you last time when we discussing about that, and this also I just shown that valuation class how it will be like, and this is also like which we are already discussed so many times, right? So other things are the normal. Other things are the all it will be like it depends on the material. Okay, material master. So now let's go to material type. How we can create the material type? Okay, there will be a OMS2 transaction code to create the material type. Okay, or you can go to part as well. Okay, and MMNR is the material number range defined. Okay, so that we can also go in the part. Okay, if you have the part as well, we can go. So let's go to a part here. Okay, so I guess I'll go to spot SPRO and the material okay reference SAP reference IMDR, and I will be go to logistical general. And the logistical general we can go to material master, and we can go to basic setting, and we can go to material types and go to defined attributes of the material type. So this is the OMS2 configuration. Okay, so we have so many material types are the standard material types. So for example, ROH, FERT, ERSA, okay, and we have so many other material types also now, VNBW, okay, non-validated materials, non-validated, non-stock materials, okay. So there are so many cheese material, packing materials and all, it is there, standard one, okay. So some of the material types you must be aware about that, must be, remember that, okay. At least the important one. Now I will show you how to create a material type. Okay, by using that, I'll be going to ROS material type, which is standard. What I can do, I just select that and click on the copy button. So as per SAP standard, always suggesting that whenever you're creating any new, just consider any existing one and just copy that. Then you can do the modification, because there are so many dependent tables which is working on the each and every time. So if you're not aware about all the things, maybe other areas, other modules and all, that will be impacting, okay, when you are doing that those process. Okay, so always suggesting that you must be go with the copying of the existing material type and create a new material type. That was a suggestion. Now I will just select this one and click on the copy, and I can go with something which I can create RH, okay, ZZRH, something raw material for test. Okay. So now I just select that, okay, all the validation areas which is copying that, okay, and save. Okay. Now, now it's created ROH, right? I can go to this one. I can see that, okay, these are the plans which is there, okay, where you need to be go with the quantity update and value update. So let's go first one by one. First, I have created the material
I
type.
have a question.
Yeah, please.
I have a question here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please select ZZRE, ZZRH
Mm-hmm.
or material
Okay.
and go to quantity and value update?
Mm-hmm.
So in here, right, I do not have any authorization to delete the entry or add a
Why?
new
Why?
entry.
Why
So
you want to delete? Receipt will become automatically, right? So if you want to be updated, you can update, or you want to do. If you don't need to be updated, don't update. That's all. But why you need to do delete here? Where is the
so if the
access?
plant is see if the plant is create new plant is created, it will come
Automatically updated.
automatically here.
Yeah, it should become
Okay,
automatically. Okay.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now, uh, now, first thing, let's go to the number range. Okay. So number range, what you can do, you can go to MMNR also, transaction code, or maybe you can go back, okay, and there itself you have the number ranges for the each material type. Okay. So you can see that the intervals, whatever it is defined earlier. Okay. So if you want to go with any of the interval, you can go ahead, or if you want to be create your own interval, you can create. So you can just go to overview, and you can see that where exactly the material types which is assigned. Okay. That's number series which is assigned. Okay. Now we copied from somewhere. Okay. Let's see the material type which is must be assigned to somewhere on this series. Okay, 300 to 399. Okay. Now, if you want to be create your own number range, okay, what you can do, you just go to intervals. Okay, let's see that where exactly the gap it is there. Okay. Okay. So you can see the gaps and all, and you can see the intervals as well. Okay. Now, what I will do, I'll just create the first group. Okay. Just need to be first create a group. Okay. So I'm creating the group first. Okay. So raw material. Okay, I'm just creating the raw material group. Okay, ROH in the number series. Okay, I'm just creating the number range for ROH test. Okay, or you can create something which is like group name. It's like you can see it like number range ROH. Okay, now So you must be aware about that what free intervals it is there. You just click on the free intervals and just see that these are the free intervals which is available. Okay, where you want to be copy and paste it, that you can select and create that. Okay, so if you want to, so what is the length of the material number here? 18. Okay, so now I can select any of these and I can copy and create that. Okay, so if I just go with this one 1001 or it is like 994 or something, so it is only possible if it is, I just selected this one, and then it is only possible 994 to 999, then only 5 materials which is possible. Okay, so that like we can do. Okay, and save. So now if you want to do the external number range or internal number range, that you is the selection box here. Okay, if you selected this one checkbox, then it is the external number range. If you are not selected, then it is the internal number range. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
I have one more question.
Yeah,
In S4 HANA, we have number range up to 40 digits.
correct, correct.
So, how do we maintain it? How do we see that?
Okay, so the number range in the ECC, that was the fixed like 18 characters. Now in the S4 HANA, there is an option like, okay, we can extend till 40 characters. Okay, that means so 48 or 40 which is there. Okay, so that is the length we can extend the material. Okay, but make sure that if you are going to this extension, then you cannot go back to 18 characters. Okay, so you must be go with the 40 characters for in future as well. Okay, then okay, in the S4 HANA level, there is the one extension we have to be checkbox. There is a checkbox which is there. You need to be select that. Okay, I'm going forward. I'll be planning to go with the this extension. Okay, so that extension you need to be do. Okay, I'll just to I'll show you when there was a server which let's go with. If I go to SPRO, okay, then here cross applications. Okay, this is the master data synchronization. This is the synchronization control. Okay, okay. So this is the completely vendor related. Okay, so I can go to Elastic General only. Let's see. You can find somewhere. There is a one checkbox will be there. That checkbox need to be select here. Okay. So where is that sensibility of to manage the product master data? I'll give you that. I'll show you that. Okay. Let's go to first this one. There was I forgot where it will be maintained. So there will be a checkbox of the extension. Okay. So material number range extension. Okay, that I will show you 1 minute. Okay. Let's go with first this one. Okay. Okay, I have that PPT as well. This one. The last time I have shown, right? This one? No. Did you remember that?
Some other PPT was there, I believe.
Yeah, there was one more PPT there. It is mentioned that. No, not this one. Okay, I'll show you later. Okay, I'll just show you that. Yeah, it's
Okay.
there. Okay. So that what we need to do, we just need to be select the checkbox if you want to be extending this to 18 to 40 characters. Okay, so that unit we do, but I'll just go first this one, then I'll be by end of the class I'll just show you. Okay, so now I'll be saving this one. Okay, so if you want to go with external number range, you have to be select here. Okay, if you want to go with internal number range, then you can select. Without selection you can go. Okay, clear? Okay, so now I created that the group. What is the group I have created? Inner something which is like ROH, right? So this is the my number range which is created. My group wise is created. Okay. Okay. Now let's find that. Okay. Okay, let's find that my group. Okay. And select this element group. Select this one and go to that. Where is the my number range which is selected here and save. Okay. So let's see now ZRH which is assigned to my number range group. Okay. So now if I go to back and I can see the overview and where is the my ZRH, it is assigned to the my number range which is like NR airways, that is assigned 9999 to 999. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the number range. If you want to go with internal number range, external number range, what number series if you want to go, that you can go. So any doubts here?
No.
Okay. So the next one, what is the next setting? What is the next one?
Field selection control.
Okay. So what? Oh, field selection control. Okay. I think we'll go in the sequence. Okay. This two is completed. Okay. The next one is internal external number range procurement. Okay. So let's go to this one. And where is my number range here? I can go to material type and I'll go to ZZRH. Okay. And just go to here. Then you can see the control here. This is the internal and external procurement purchase order. Okay, so what will be happen internal external procurement? Okay, if I selected here 2 and if it is not, I selected 0, that means okay it will be allow only external purchase order. So with this material, what will be happen? The system will be allow only external external procurement. Okay, so if we are selected that both two, then what will be happen?
Both internal and external procurement is allowed.
So which case we are doing this? In which case we are
Sorry?
doing this one? Now in what cases we are using both? Both we are using.
Mm,
Why we are selecting both two? Is there any chance we can select the both?
there might be a scenario in
Mm-hmm.
which we
Okay.
mm,
Okay. So if I just consider that trading goods. Okay. So trading goods, what happen? Okay, we are buying the product from the outside and we are selling to the customer. Okay, sometime what will happen if we have I have the capability, I can produce the internally as well. Okay, I can buy the product from the externally and even I can buy from the I can buy from the outside or I can produce the my internally, right? So in that case, what will be happen? I can select a both two. Then what will be happen? The system will be allowing to create the purchase order with the same material, and it will be allowed to create a production order as well. Okay, clear?
okay.
Is it clear? Okay. So in
Yeah.
that case, we can mention the 2. Okay. If I mention 02, that means what will be happen? The system will be allowed only. The system will be allowed only production orders to create. So it won't be allowed to create any purchase orders. Okay.
Can you click on S4?
Where? Here? S4
Yeah, I
or
just wanted to F4. Press F4.
okay, 0, 1, 2.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay then. Okay. So this is the one control which is like external number range, internal number range. Okay. Yeah. So that is why the external internal number range. Okay. Now field selection control. So let's go to the field selection control here. Okay. If I go back, okay, I can go to field selection control for this material. Okay. By in the top field selection. Okay. So what we'll do in the field selection control, so they set up the fields which will be assigning as a field selection group, a field group. So there what we'll do, we'll be assigning that whether this field is mandatory or not mandatory, that we will do it. Okay. Okay. So if suppose I'm just planning to do, might be if I'm just planning to do like just searching here, okay, maybe field name or field group, I'm just searching here, okay. So what I can go, maybe I will go back, okay, I'll go back and just go to field selection data screens here, okay, and I'll be go here. What I'm just planning here, so might be you should be aware about that some technical information. Okay, if suppose this is the my field selection group, so the old material number. So what is my plan? This old material number is the optional field in the my when I'm creating the material master record. Okay, now I just want to make it as a mandatory field. Okay, or I can go to ZZRH. If I see that ZZRH is like, okay, so this material. Okay, so maybe field reference is the ZZRH is the different. Okay, let's see /o OMS2. Okay, and go to ZZRH. So you must be know about that what field selection group it is assigned field reference. Okay, so it is like it is assigned ROH. So now let's go with ROH. Okay, so for this ROH, so it is showing that optional entry. Okay, but I just want to make it as a required entry. Okay, so whenever I am using this field reference ROH for the material types, all these material types, this field is a mandatory field. Okay, now I'm saving this one. Okay, so I created the material master record. If I go to MM01, okay, so ZZRH. Okay, if I go to basic data, okay, so what will be happen? The whole material number is mandatory field. If you see that whole material number is mandatory field. Okay, so how we know that whether it is mandatory or not? You can see checkbox here. If there is a checkbox is there, then it's mandatory. You cannot skip that. Okay, you must be entered all this information wherever the mandatory field. So that optional display required information we can do based on the field reference. Okay. So if you want to create your own and you can copy that and you want to make it that, you can do it, no problem. The ZZ RH if you want to create, okay. Now only for this ZZ RH if you want to make it as a required entry, then you can do it. That's not a problem. Okay. So the first thing is what it is like. You must be find that where exactly my field it is there. Okay. You must be find that where exactly it is there. Oh, just a moment, I'm getting. Sorry. Okay. So 1 minute. Okay. So the first thing which you need to be find that, okay, which group it is like, okay, where exactly it is there that you will need to be find. You can see like this one, maybe the details you can see, the gross weight and the deleter and which group it is there. If you, okay, if you want to see what are the fields it is there, suppose let's say I just going to gross weight, okay. So what will be happen, it is just, it is there in the field selection group, okay. So if I just click on here, you can see that what are the fields it is there. In that selection group, what are the fields it is there. Those are all fields will be mandatory fields. Okay, clear?
So first step is to create the field name. Once the field name
Now
is
field name
created,
will be there already. Field it is standard one, right? Hello.
okay,
So it will be
okay,
there already, and it is there already alerted in the some field selection group. Okay, you
okay,
need to be find out
okay,
which field selection group it is there. Okay,
okay.
so
And this field selection group, we assign it to the our
field reference.
material type, right?
Field,
Okay,
yeah, this field reference we are assigning, not selection group. We are assigning field reference. Okay,
okay,
so this field reference, if suppose my field reference is ZZRH, which I created, maybe somewhere it is different ROH, which I just now assigned like ZZRH. But you can maybe ROH also you can use, and ZZRH also you can use. Whatever it is required, you can use. Okay, clear?
okay.
Okay, clear?
What about Z fields? Do we also see Z fields in this field
Yeah,
name?
so obviously when you creating the G field, it must be added into the this list. Okay,
Okay, okay,
clear?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Uh, so this is the way we can control the field selection group. Okay, and there is a one more which is like this is the one. Okay, which is like we can see that where it is from here itself. From here to here it will come. Okay, then there is a one more which is like industry sector. Okay, so standard we have like different industry sectors, which is like retail, okay, aerospace and service providers, educations, like we have mechanical engineering and retail related. Okay, sometimes what will happen if it is also be based on the industry related, maybe especially for the some industries is mandatory, some industries which is not mandatory. In that case also, okay, so there will be a different field reference we can assign at plant level also. There is 2 to 3 conditions which we have. One is at plant level. Particularly these plants should be work, and you can create your own field reference and you can assign. Okay. And if it is like if you are going with industry sector and field reference, that is also which is possible. Okay. This field reference and all. Okay. Here also we can assign field reference. Okay, so there is a 3 factors you need to be considered. The first factor is mainly if you have the field selection group, you can control to field selection group and you can do that. The second one, if you want to do especially for the industry specific, you can do. Okay, you are separate, you can define. And if there is any plant specific, it is there, you can define that also prior to the event. Okay, so there is a 3 options which we have. Clear? Is it clear?
okay,
Okay.
okay,
So that was the way we can do for fields reference. Okay. So you can see that this is also very important. Okay. But it's not mandatory, but we can see. Okay. So if I have that different industries, like we have standard. Suppose we have generally standard will be 21. Okay. Sometimes what will happen if it is retail industry, then it will be like 13 or something, which is okay. 03 or it may be some, okay, it will be 03 for retail. Okay, so what is the difference here? Okay, so if it is a retail fashions and retail industries, they might be have the different field selections and different fields and different screens, data screens and all different. Okay, if it is a standard, it will be different. So what is the difference here actually? What is the difference here? If you did you work on the retail industry? Or anyone who are worked on pharma, retail, or oil industry, if you work that, what will be happen? The screens, sub-screen, whatever it is showing in the, with standard MM01, if you see that, if I go to MM01, this is the screen, right? This is the screen and the selection views. And again, if you go to basic data information, then it is a screens like, right? Maybe it is a different in the special industries. If it is retail, there might be have the separate fields for in the general data. There were separate fields in the general dimensions data. There will be a separate fields in the sub screens and all different. Okay, how the system knows about that, whether you are following that, based on here. Okay, this here you're selecting that. If I'm selecting the 21, then in the 21 basic data 1, basic data 2, sales data and sales, purchasing data, purchasing, all this information will be there. If I go to retail, page 03, then it will be different. It is like only basic data listing. Okay, so here it is added the listing and there is a distribution center, POS. Okay, that will be different. Okay, so industry to industry, the screens will be different. The metal master will be different. That's why I said, right, there is an article master record and metal master record, product master records, that and all. Okay, clear?
So material master screen can be controlled via industry as well as material type. Is that what you're saying?
Material types, metal master will be controlled by material type. But okay, master data, so metal master record and product master data and article master data, okay, that will be controlled based on the your what subsequence you are using, screen sequence you are using. Okay, clear?
What do you mean by that? No, not clear.
Okay, screen sequence is not more like at starting when you are using ECC. Okay,
Mhm.
industry specific is the different when you are the IS retail and IS oil, and when you are using we have the IS retail, okay, and IS soil, okay, and we have IS what we can say like mills are different, okay, like okay, and standard process will be different. Okay, so when we are using the standard, the SIP is suggesting that you must be use the 21. Okay,
Okay.
if you are going to IS retail, you must be use the something 03. Okay, so I will tell you that. Okay, now if you go to here, I can see the data screens control here. Again, if I go to basic data, okay, if I go to subscreens here, each and every subscreen have the subscreens, which is like design like basic data, material adoration group, dimensions data, competitors data, packing data, basic data. If you can see this information, you can see in the MetalMaster record in the front screen. If you see that, here it is there.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So if you want to be add anything which you additional fields, okay, wherever there is a 0001 is there, you need to be add here screen number. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the customization. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
Is it
Okay.
clear?
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if you go to retail, they might be have the different again. If I go to retail, listing will be the one of the part of the process in the retail. Okay, so here again if you go to retail, then it will be different process. It is again different screen, assortments, grade, listing procedure. So that is will come under the retail. Okay, so IS retail people, they will be using this screen. Okay, now how you know that, how the system knows that whether you must be go with the this sub screen or you must be going with which industry you are going. So that again here there is a screen sequence, assigning the screen sequence. You are okay. So we are assigning that here the reference, screen reference and user and material type dot combination. They are assigning the screen sequence. Okay. Okay. Clear? Hello.
Yeah. I'm listening.
Okay, so I think if I'm going in the depth, okay, maybe we can leave it about this one, but I just show you that how it will work. Okay, so again, this is the basic information in the top. If you go to this one, okay, again you can go to additional data, and if you go to text related, all this information you can see here. Okay, this is the again screen sequence. Okay, now I'll show you one thing here. Maintain order of the main additional and this additional screen. Okay, if I go to 21, okay, if you want to go the sequence like basic data 1 to classification sales data like that, if you don't want to go this like sequence, if I want to go first basic data, then I want to go sales data, then I want to go MRP data, I don't want this sequence, then you can change the sequence here. 10, 20, 30, 40 is there, right? You can change here into like 30, and like you can put like here 20. So what will be happen? The basic data 1 classification, basic data 2 will become. So that way the sequence you change. Okay. Is it clear this one or no?
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where it is there, this basic data 1 and 2 and all. If I go to Metal Master creation, MM01. Okay. If I go to Metal Master data, you can see the sequence, basic data 1, 2, classification, data, like this one. This sequence, if you want to be changed, you can change it. Clear?
Yeah. Now it is clear.
Okay. Now, okay, this is the one. Now, okay. Now I'll be go back again. Okay. So as of now, what we discussed now, I just discussed about that. If you want to be add the subscreens or any customization or standard which you want to see, you can go here and where you want to see support by in the purchasing data, what subscreens are there. You can see these subscreens. Like if I want to see this one, then it is this screen. Okay. And if I want to see this one, again the view subscreen, and you can see this one. Okay. So this is just view like subscreens and all. If you want to add anything which you want to be add, then you can use instead of 0001, you can use that screen number and you can add. Okay. So that is the one step. Okay. The second step is assign secondary screens, which is like if you go have the descriptions, unit of measure, basic data text. So these are all, it is there in the top header text. Okay. If I'm going to MM03, there will go some material which is created. Okay, so there is additional data tab. There is a description, unit of measure, additional EANs, documents, basic data text. That is the sequence here. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
I have one question here.
Yeah.
So, can you go to the Metal Master, please?
Okay.
This basic data 1, basic data 2, cells of 1, cells of 2, general plant data. These are all standard fields. So if I have to add my own screen, can I do that as well?
You can do it. So there is a customization field also. You can add a customization subscreens also you can use, or you can use the customization tab also. You can do it. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
So that's what, right? Here you need to be, when they are creating, they have to be add here the subscreens and they have to be do the sequence and all, and they have to be created. Okay, that's why we have the option like new entries and all. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So these two, now this is the like order maintenance. Okay, which should become first, which come second and all. It is like correct. So you understand these two, these three? Did you understand these three? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Okay. Now I'm going to this one. Okay. So what it is like. Okay. So every user. Okay. Why it is showing? Okay. I will be go back here. Material type. Okay. So if I go to user screen subsequence here. Okay. How it will be work? My screen sequence, because the user the SAP don't know whether you are using retail, whether you want to be use standard, or you want to be use some industry related. How system knows that? Okay, based on this combination. Okay, so one is okay screen reference for the transaction, one is user, one is material type, one is the industry. Okay, this combination you are assigning this screen sequence. Okay, how it is like. Okay, now I'll be going to that industry sector first. Okay, so when I have the industry sector, if I'm going to mechanical engineer, okay, so the mechanical engineering have the M. Okay, the mechanical engineering have the M. Okay, now so this is the screen reference. Okay, now I'll be go to material type reference. When I'm using the ROH or something from material type, that was the screen reference is the ROH. Okay, so I'm just creating, this is the not any details, just like I'm creating ABCD. Okay, this is like a just ABC. Clear? Is it clear? Okay, now I'll be going to user screen, my user, wherever the my maybe I have the user, right? So I must be have the my user ID. Okay, I just add my user ID 103305. Okay, Uh, so that is not there. Now I can add that 103305. Okay, and I can create my own screen reference also. I can use my own screen reference also. Okay, now then I'll be go to transaction. We are using MM01, right? So material master creation. If I something retail related, then they will be using MM41. Okay, so even MM41 also create a metal master card, and we are also creating a metal master card with MM01. Okay, clear? So when I'm using MM01, the screen reference is 01, and when it is the MM41, the screen reference is 03. Okay, now all these combinations, whatever the screen subscreens which is assigned, that will be working. Okay, so wherever there is a star is there, suppose I'm just going to screen reference to transaction 01. What do you mean by 01? What do you mean by 01? Transaction string. Okay, it is like MM01. Okay, which is I'm using for MM01, 01, for MM01, 02, 03, MM11. All these things I'm using screen reference as 01. If I'm go to MM41, that will be different again, 03. Okay, now my screen sequence is 01. Okay, if I go with 03, that will be again, that is also assigned. Okay, okay, so again that is a different screen sequence. Okay, now my screen sequence is, because I'm using the MM01, I will be go with the 01. Is it clear? First point. Is it clear? Okay. Now screen reference for the user. Okay. So it might be star. Star means, what is the meaning of the star? Any user they can use this screen reference 01. Okay. The combination they can use the 21. Okay, or $1. Okay. So what is the meaning of this one? Anyone who are using the screen reference 01 and the user reference star and material type is all the material types, all the industries, it will become defaultly as $1. But if you specifically, if you define like, okay, 01 is the my screen transaction and there is no user restriction, but my raw material is the ROH, screen reference is material type is ROH, and I'm going to mechanical industry or something, then these combinations might be they are assigning something which is like 21 or something. Okay, or if suppose 01 and star, okay, and ROH and star, let's see this combination if it is there. Okay, so this combination they are assigned something which is like BC. So how, so based on your assignments, it will be work like that. Okay, so what is the screen industry for B? What is the B it is? Let's go to B. What is the meaning of the B? I'll go to screen reference for industry. Okay, so I'll be go with the screen reference at B. So beverages. When you are doing the beverages, industry beverage, then it will be considering that you must be, it will be go with the BC, the screen sequence. Clear? Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yogesh, is it clear or not?
It's little bit heavy to be honest.
Okay, maybe you can leave, but I'll just tell you the combination how it works. But up to my mark, because I'll just, you must be have some knowledge on this one. Okay, first thing is, okay, industry. Okay, so you are doing mechanical industry, or maybe you are doing hospitality. Okay, so hospitality industry, or maybe you are doing service related, or maybe whatever it is like. Okay, all little it is will come under the industries. Okay, this is one thing. The second thing is, which is like material type, which kind of material types you are using. Okay, because we have the standard ROH and FURT and all, but in the retail part they have the separate assortables and there are different material types. Okay, next we have the user who who the user is using. If you have the specifically you are creating any user screen reference, then you can use that, or maybe you can use the star. Okay, then other than this one, there was like okay, 01 is which is like what is that combination is 01 transaction. So transaction. Okay, so if I'm using the transaction MM01, I will be going with the default 01. If I'm going with the MM41, the system will be like it is taking the MM41. Okay, the reference. Now the combination how it will works. First combination, the transaction type. So the transaction reference is MM01 because my standard industry which is using always MM01, I'll be going with a 01. Okay, this did you understand the 01 or not?
Yeah. Okay.
This is understand, right? Now
Yeah.
the combination, next combination which is like Okay, user. Okay, so might be you have the star user or maybe specific user. If I'm using from retail point of view, might be I can have the some reference. So that also I have shown that the user screen reference also can be created. If I have something like JAD or something, you must be assigned for JAD, or else it won't be work. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Okay, so in this case, if I'm using star, that means it will be allowed. It will be applicable for the all the users. Okay, whoever they created. So this is also clear. This is also clear. Transaction and user.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Now material type. Material type, we have the standards like ROH, FERT. Okay. When you are creating your own reference, like if suppose I have go to material type, I have created something ZZRH. Okay, something like ZZRH. Okay, so you are using screen reference ZZRH. Maybe you can create ZZRH also. It is not necessary you should be go with the ROH, but you must be know about that what functionality you have to be activate here. Okay, so screen reference will be allowed based on the here. The system will be assigning that what screen sequence have to be assigned. Clear? Is it clear or not?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so uh, so I can go with the ROH, I can go ZZZ, whatever it may be, it's defined. Okay, okay, or you might be go with the star as well, no problem. Okay, now the next combination is what is the next combination? Industry. Okay, industry is I have the mechanical engineering and I have the food industry, I have the beverages, I have that. Okay, if you want to be create your own style of that, maybe you can. If you have the mechanical engineering, you are going with M. If I go to pharma, let's say I just want to differentiate the pharma, I can go like P something. Okay, okay, so ultimately what will be happen when these all combination which you assign the screen sequence, which you assign screen sequence like 21 or Z1, or it may be whatever it may be like 01, or it may be 03, or it may be Z1, whatever it is like you created, whatever it is assigned, based on that only the system will be work. Clear? So
Okay.
you asked me that the question, right? The first question, how the system knows like which screen sequence should be aware about it. Based on this, all combination system aware about it. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So did you understand or still you are confused?
I will go through the lecture this one
But
and
it's not mandatory. But it's not mandatory. If you want to go, you can go ahead. No problem. Okay. Okay. So I can see like okay, I can go on something which like this is assigned for $1. Okay. So if any specific it is there, you can assign that. Okay. Clear? Is it clear?
okay. Yeah.
Okay. So generally we'll be using 21 standard. Okay. But if you want to still you want to be go ahead with they are copied and pasted with this something which they created Z2, ZS and they are created something dollar. Okay, they can use that's not a problem. Okay, but again it depends on the what standard functionalities you want to be used. Clear? So did you understand now?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, so it is out of this again going outside instead of going to controls. Now you understand right? Field selection control, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now user department. So now if we go to OMS2 again, okay, and go to my material type, I can go to material type. I can see that there is a selections here for scheduling, accounting, classification, MRP. If this raw material don't want to be uh, activate the sales, okay, then I can remove this one and I can save that. Whenever I'm using the this material type and I'm creating the material master record, the system will not allow to create any sales data because there is no sales information here. If you can see that there is no sales information. If I activated this sales information, then okay, then it will be activated again and it will become. You can also create the sales data as well. Okay, so you can see the sales data is coming there. Okay, so the views which is a mandatory that also we can do. Clear?
Okay.
Is it clear? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So now this one is the department. So price control again, you can see here OMS2, whether I should go with standard price control or it is maybe okay, it's already open somewhere. If I go to price control, okay, here there is an option like price control, standard price and moving average price. And if you just put the price control mandatory, that means the system default which is coming what price control it is there, and it you cannot change in the middle master record. If you have not selected this one, then still you can change. The default it is coming moving average price, but still you can change. But if you're putting like this mandatory, then you cannot change this price control to V2S. Okay, clear?
Okay.
So that is the price control. Okay. Then coming to valuation class, anyway, we know that the value account category reference and all, right? Right? Account category reference, which we did in the automatic account automation, right? Okay. And quantity update and value update, which we already discussed, and we can see here the each and every plant level you have to be accurate. If I'm using JetCon, I want to use this JetCon. Okay. For this JetCon should be a quantity update and value update. Okay. Clear?
Got
Okay, these are the controls here. Okay, so whatever we did, all the controls you can try and create the MetalMaster record and let us know whether it is working or not working. So that is the assignment here. Clear?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any questions on this one?
Now, I would like to go through the screen one more time, then I'll come back in tomorrow's session.
Yeah. So you can come back me. Okay, where it is. So we have the SAP note. Okay. There it will be giving that what exactly you need to be activate to extend the material time. Okay. Okay. So now in the new system S4HANA, we have the 40 characteristics which we can do, which we can extend that from 18 characters to 40 characters. So there is a SAP note which is like 3073226. There it will be giving that what need to be activated, but it is also giving that some cost and all. Okay, if you activated this one, you must be okay. What is that? You must be aware about it. It is not possible again come back and change the sequence.
Okay. Okay.
Clear? So that is a very important. If you change the and you must be discuss with this with your who will be like client before activating that. Okay, and okay. So this is the material length. Okay, and this is one configuration which is like it's showing that leading zeros. Okay, so what is the leading zeros? It is okay. So when you creating that, if I selected this one leading zeros and save, okay, what will be happen? If I have, when I'm creating the metal master record, it will be display with zeros, all leading zeros. That means so now I'm creating like 1, 2, 3 material number which is creating a 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what will be happen if it is if I created with leading zeros? What will be happen? It will become 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 like 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the T code? Can you repeat one more time? This T code?
This is the OMSL.
OMSL. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is medical. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the one which is like, but field and extension will be transaction code is different. Okay, here we will be seeing that uh, what is the material length only. Okay, and moreover it is like 1511 edition, from the 1511 edition only it will be there. Okay, so before the 1511 there is no option that. Okay, I'll just show you that where exactly the extend will try again one more time. So I'll be go cross applications. And then we will go here. Okay, general application functions we can go. and there will be anything which is a field and extension, field extension. So here you can see that the material number which is extended. Okay, if you selected this one and the higher B node, that it is also showing that SAP node here. Okay, so you must be have the SC user ID to download that. So it will give that. Okay, before activating that, you must be read that. Okay, must be read that the what it is impacted if I activated, what will like, where it is changing, all this information will be there in the SAP node. So you must be refer the SAP node here.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so you are going to use SAP S/4HANA on premises edition 1511 or higher. Okay, from 1511 higher it is there. Okay, so you are activating this one. Okay, so make sure that before you are activating this one, you must be know about that this restriction explicitly includes the integration with the other. So when you have the third party integrations, okay, so maybe in that application whether they have activated they have that functionality like 40 characters supporting or not, that you must be validated, because only S/4HANA have that option, but extending to that other systems, whether it is activated or not, that you need to be just verify and have to do. Okay. If you are planning to go with any integration, then it is suggestible that go with the 18 characters only. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So where we can do that? Here you can do. If I selected extension, you need to be select this one and save, then the field length will be increased. Okay, so how you know that whether it is like whether it is increased or not? Okay, go to SC11. Okay, sorry, the transaction code. If you go to SC11, okay, and I will go to my table level Mara table. Okay, the land you can see that it is like 40 characters will be there, material number. Okay, so if I go to ECC, C11, we'll go to Mara table.
I think SC16 and
No, server is disconnected. SC11 only. You can go any of the mail. Okay, this is ECC. If I go to ECC, a Mara table, okay, the Mara table, if you consider the characteristic of month is 18. It will master, okay. Now, if I go to S/4HANA, okay, the length will be 40.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the difference one, which is like, okay, but you must be select this one. Okay, when you started S/4HANA system, if you selected this one, then only it will be 40 characters, or else it will be 18 characters only defaultly.
Okay.
Okay, you can see the part as well, the cross applications and general application functions and field extension. Yeah.
What is the note number?
Note number you want? Okay, you can go here. You can see that 322232996. It is there in the configuration itself.
2232396.
Okay.
Okay.